Hello, friends and neighbors. We've been very active since our last episode. We've been so busy we haven't been able to do another episode. Luann, why don't you go over some of the things we've seen as far as shows and stuff?
Okay. We went to Branson, and before we left for Branson, we saw a local show at the Bartlett Performing Arts Center, which is a local theater that does some pretty good things. We saw Billy Dean, and he put on a really good show. We enjoyed that very much. And then in Branson, some of the things that we did, we went to the Titanic Museum, and they had lots of artifacts and stories and biographical information about the people who were killed in that accident. And also they had stuff about the ship and those kind of things. One of the most interesting thing to me in that exhibit was they had an area where you could dip your hand into a container of water that was the same temperature as the ocean was when the ship wrecked. And I could put my finger in it for just a few, not even a full minute, and it was incredibly cold. So that gives you some insight, or gave me some insight into how difficult it was to have survived in that cold water. Okay, then we saw Jimmy Fortune play. He's a member of, used to be a member of the Statler Brothers and branched out on his own and is now a solo performer. And he did a great job. And the music was wonderful. The atmosphere was good. And then one of the things that he did that impressed Mark and I, instead of having the
There's Neil McCoy.
Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. We also saw Rhonda Vincent at Larry's Country Diner, which was interesting to watch. And Neil McCoy. We saw Neil McCoy. This is my backup. You know, on computer programs you have backup files. This is my backup file. Oh. So we saw Neil McCoy, and what he did, a lot of shows recognize veterans, but what Neil did was different than any other show we've been to. He had the veterans stay seated, and the rest of the audience stand up and sing America.
No, just applaud the veterans.
Applaud. Somebody sang something somewhere, I know. See,
Jimmy Fortune had the audience stand up and sing America the Beautiful and God Bless America.
This is my second cup of coffee. I haven't finished it. That's my excuse. Maybe you need to take over, dear.
Well, in addition to Neil McCoy, we saw the play Smoke on the Mountain. If you folks ever get a chance to see Smoke on the Mountain, go see it, even if you've seen it before, because it's with a different cast, it'll be slightly different anyway, and it is really funny and a good show. Then finally, when we got back home, we saw Ashley Campbell, Glenn Campbell's daughter, at BPAC, Bartlett Performing Arts Center, and she was very good as well. And then just this past Sunday, we saw our friend Gary Abbott here perform at Robinwood, which is always fun. So, also while we were up in Branson, we went over to the College of the Ozarks, which is a unique college where kids work to pay their tuition. That they don't come out of college with $50,000 worth of student loans. They work while they're there, and that pays for their tuition. But they had a very, very nice Veterans Memorial there on campus. And they also had a beam from the 9/11 incident from the Towers, World Trade Center there. And that was very nice. We went down to Branson Landing Shopping Center they've got there. They've got all kinds of shops and everything. It's very nice as well. And we went and ate, on our way into Branson, we ate at Lambert's restaurant, the home of the throw rolls, which you can fill up just on what they call pass-arounds there. It was a huge meal.
Enormous. They brought a whole skillet out for Mark's meal.
And then we also ate at Billy Gale's there in Branson. And that's the home of the 14-inch pancake, and they just give you huge portions there as well. There should be nothing but fat people running around in Branson, the way folks eat up there. From time to time we like to recommend things to keep you amused and whatever. And we'd like to recommend you go out on YouTube or on Facebook and see Moon Pie Starbucks,
Right.
who is a talking dachshund, and her sister Buttercup.
Yep.
They get to be quite amusing. Hopefully you'll get to see the one where she is there. Can I pet that dog? Don't eat my chips.
Stop eating my chips.
So we'll give you some pictures from our adventures and anything else we have, dear? You've done so well this morning.
I'm gonna finish my coffee.
All right. We look forward to the pictures. We'll have them up in a second. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Here's a couple photos from the Billy Dean concert. He was very good. Then we moved up to Branson where they all ate like a bunch of, I don't know what, but they could be fat. Then we went to the Titanic exhibit. That was interesting in itself. And we moved on, did some shopping, different locations. Luann had a good time doing the shopping, as she always does. We went to Branson Landing, and that was interesting in itself. And they had a bunch of different shops there, and they had a water exhibit at Branson Landing that was good. And then that afternoon, we went and saw Jimmy Fortune. He had a fantastic show that sang about all of his hits he had written and everything. It was really good. We enjoyed Jimmy Fortune. Then we saw Larry's Country Diner with Rhonda Vincent, and Rhonda's always good, and she was again that time as well. We went to College of the Ozarks, where they had a very nice Veterans Memorial that they really did a good job. College of the Ozarks, the kids there work for their tuition, so they don't end up with a bunch of student loans when they graduate. They also had an exhibit that was for 9/11 Memorial that actually had a column from the World Trade Center there. It was very nice indeed. Then we went to a theater that was featuring the Jesus Show, Sight and Sound Theater. That was impressive. And saw Neil McCoy. Neil was great. He had a really fun show, and we really enjoyed it a lot. And we moved on and saw Smoke on the Mountain. And that was a really good play. If you get a chance to go see Smoke on the Mountain, go see it. It is really funny and enjoyable. Then we stopped and had a photo taken at the Old Time Photo Place. And came home and we saw Ashley Campbell. And she put on a good concert here at Bartlett Performing Arts Center. And finally, we had our good friend Gary Abbott play here at Robinwood. And that was good too. And that's the end. Thanks, folks. Thanks for listening and watching.